The unusual mermaid sirens of Indonesia, the Orang Icahn. Stories about encounters with mermaids can be found in almost any country. In Indonesia, these creatures are called Orang Icahn, and there is a particularly interesting case of their encounter, in 1943 in the Kai Islands near Maluku province. The Kai Islands are known for their wonderful sandy beaches, and here you can make films about life in paradise. But in 1943, there was a war. A Japanese company went to one of these islands, a troop of Japanese soldiers. Almost immediately, soldiers began talking about seeing strange creatures swimming in the water from the shore. They described that they had human-like hands and faces, but their mouths resembled those of a carp. They described that these creatures were barely 1.5 meters tall. Their skin was pink, and there were thorns on their heads. At the same time, unlike classic mermaids, they had human legs, not fish legs. These creatures usually lived in small lagoons or in waters near the beaches. One night, one of the soldiers went swimming and saw a creature on the sand, which he initially thought was a child. But when he looked closer, he saw that its features were not human. Immediately after that, the creature entered the water and disappeared. The soldier looked into the water for a while, but the creature did not surface. When the soldier met with the local people and asked them about these sea creatures, they said that these creatures are called Orang Icahn. Orang means man, Icahn means fish. And according to local fishermen, they sometimes even fall into their nets. The Japanese asked them not to notify them if this happens again. One night they called Sergeant Taro Horiba to the village. When he arrived, he was told that a dead Orang Icahn had been found on the shore and that it had been carried to a village hut. Taro Horiba went to inspect the body of this creature. He described the creature as 160 centimeters tall, that's about 0.5 meter, with reddish brown hair. There were sharp spines, and the face was very ugly and looked more like the face of a monkey with a small nose, a wide, low forehead, and small ears. Its mouth was like that of a fish, and the teeth in its mouth were very small but sharp as needles. The creature's fingers had membranes, and the rest of its body was covered with something that looked like seaweed. Sergeant Horiba could not figure out what kind of creature it was. He had never heard of such a creature, and the sight of this creature frightened him. And unfortunately, Horiba did not take any photos of this creature, and when he returned to Japan, no one believed his story. And they ridiculed him completely, considering him a classic liar. Another suspicious fact that shows that these creatures exist, besides the fact that they are referenced from ancient times and that the people on this island even knew of them. However, there are those that insist that these are just conspiracy theories. And only one video was found out of many that have disappeared recently regarding mermaids in Mexico, until that also disappeared. And we also have mermaids reported in Lake Baikal, in in Lake Baikal in Russia, reported by Russian soldiers and Navy divers. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.